Mercedes-Benz EQS 580 4Matic Plus. Quite long a name? Well, of course it is, and that's how going to be this video, where I'll be telling you a total of dozen things about this car. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Mohit Bhardwaj, and before I kick things off with point number one, let me tell you that this car is often called as the electric S-Class, and I have to say that it certainly feels like one. In fact, it is rupees 10 lakh more affordable than the entry spec S-Class in the Indian market. Now you'll be more interested to know what this car is all about. Now I'll start off with a question. Which EV in the Indian market has the longest range of all? And then the answer is this. It comes with an ARAI claim range of over 850 kilometers, and even in real world driving condition, 650 kilometers on a full charge comes at ease. And it can also be charged with a 200 kilowatt charger. What that means is that 10 to 80% charge with this 200 kilowatt unit comes only in 30 minutes. Well, this car can do some serious performance numbers. Well, it has over 530 horsepower and over 1000 Newton meters of torque. And what that means is that it can do 0 to 100 kmph sprint in and around 4 seconds. Point number 3, suspension. But I'll start off by letting you folks know that the ground clearance on the EQS is only 124 millimeters. Very easy to scrape its belly, but the suspension can raise the ride height by 15 millimeters in fraction of seconds. And also the suspension setting is so good that it can make it glide over bumps, potholes like the S-Class, and can get stiffer when you want to go fast to make it look like an S-AMG, although there's an AMG version of this particular car available as well. Now it's time to talk about its design bits, and therefore comes the point number 4. Design. For the EQS, well, it stays away from sharp lines. There are smooth flowing curves, and this silhouette Mercedes calls it one bow design because it looks like one large bow. Do you agree with that or not? Let us know in the comments below. But this silhouette has certainly helped the EQS in scoring a record-breaking aerodynamic drag coefficient of just 0.20. Well, at 5.2 meters long, it is quite a big car, it is quite wide, and it just cannot go unnoticed when you are driving this in city or on highways and in and around a mall parking. The most advanced headlamps I have seen in my complete automotive career belongs to this car. 1.3 million micro mirrors is what sits under this glass panel, and on a vehicle you get 2.6 million pixels from these LED headlamps itself. They are so advanced that they can project warnings and road sign symbols on road if needed. Don't you think that is smart enough? I certainly think so. Point number 7. Now, as for this point, I have to tell you that this is a relatively very easy car to drive. Why? Because you get intelligent regenerative braking, so single pedal driving is so much more fun here. And also, to maneuver this behemoth in cumbersome situations is easy because the rear wheels, they too steer so that your car can take a full U-turn in much smaller space.
Say anything negative, cause I just wanna hear it out your mouth, yeah. Give me fuel, it's a tool that I use to go ahead and run my mouth, yeah. I take shots, I take loss, I make shots, I miss lots.
This car gets you a lot of bragging rights. You might have understood that by now. And now when you step inside the interior, you get 56 inches of display. Yes, you heard me right. This screen panel is 56 inches of display, and what you do get in it is the center console part, which is your climate control and infotainment unit. You get a passenger display, which is a touchscreen one, and your instrument cluster. which is not touch enabled for obvious reasons. And now coming down to the point number 9 is that your passenger can be the best DJ and the best navigator in the world in this car. Why? Because this passenger display can mimic navigation and infotainment duties just like the center console one. So the songs can be changed from that screen, navigation that can be put via that screen itself. Android Auto and Apple CarPlay is not a thing of future anymore. The feature has filtered down to affordable cars as well. But EQS again takes it to new heights. How? Well, as you can see, you get a full screen layout for your phone projection, and I have never seen such a neat interface for Android Auto. You get all your apps, and if you want to go to Spotify, you can get the Spotify here, and once you get onto the maps, it comes over here. And it is a very neat function to use. It doesn't feel like as if your phone is connected and is being mirrored here. In fact, it feels as if this is the phone. It's time for point number 11, where I'll be telling you about these cool seats. Well, they can be electrically operated via this tab, and that's what makes it more like an S-Class. In fact, much better than the S-Class. 3.2 meter long wheelbase ensures that the rear seats on this car are just phenomenal. A lot of leg room, a lot of headroom, shoulder room is not a compromise either. Ladies and gentlemen, these were a dozen things about the EQS 580. And what do you think about this concept of ours? And what are the cars that you want to see on this channel? And we tell you a dozen things about them as well. Well, we'll be waiting for your answers in the comments below.